All right, and we're back. We're going to continue not knowing shit about fuck when it comes to the NFL and breaking down all last week's games, which some of them were, let's say, annoying, and give our predictions. Give our predictions for next week. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World.
All right, so this one's probably going to be a quickie, because I have a previous engagement in about 20-something minutes, so we're going to go power through. Eric was playing Pokemon Go just now, so how'd it go? Did you catch something good?
Yeah, I got him a cargo.
Yeah, interesting. All right.
Soul Rock.
As always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Super Dire World on YouTube and on Twitch. Usually I live stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m., but this Friday and next Monday I will be out of town, so I won't be doing so. But after that, things should go back to normal. If you want to send me something privately, you can do that on Instagram at SuperDireWorld or at DariusDW. You can also check out my stories there from my travels. It should be some fun stuff, hopefully. I don't know. It depends. I'm going to a place I've never been before. But we'll see how it goes. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the NFL. So, interesting week. It was Thanksgiving week, so we got a lot of extra games on Thursday, which is always fun. Like, we were talking about this, like, there should be more middle of the week games, you know? Like, there should be just more.
I just find it weird that there's Thursday and then there's nothing for 2 days.
Yeah, it is kind of bizarre, isn't it?
It's like, it's weird for the teams. It's weird for the schedule. It's weird. I don't get it.
Yeah, I understand why they do it, because otherwise the scheduling would be like complete and total mess. But whatever, it would be fun.
It
for the
already
fans.
is a complete and total mess.
Yeah. So, all right, so let's go through this, and we will be going through our points to see who got points. So far, if you guys remember, the score is Eric is up 17.5, and I'm 16.5. Basically, we get a point whenever the team that we pick wins. Here we go. First game of the week, we got the Bears taking on the Lions, and the Lions just can't get it together yet. They can't get it together yet. Matt Nagy is supposedly on the way out. Is he even going to be fired at this point? Who knows? Has he been fired yet? Have you heard anything?
I don't think he's been fired yet.
No. So they lost. Lions lost 16-4. So both me and Eric had the Lions on this one. Neither of us get a point.
It seemed like this was the one.
It seemed like it.
I almost want to pick the Lions every week.
Yeah, but
just to have that W.
I hear you. It was just heartbreaking because they find ways to lose. It's ridiculous. At the end, wasting 2 freaking timeouts. Well, I don't want to get into it. Like, honestly, like it offends me as a Charger fan, and I've been through this. This is worse. Like, I don't know how they do it. Anyway, next we had the Raiders taking on the Cowboys in Dallas. This was an upset. Nobody expected it. The Raiders actually beat the Cowboys, and it made no fucking sense. Like, what are the Cowboys? The Cowboys are a yo-yo team. They don't look good. At least, they were down their number 1 and 2 wide receivers, but still, this should have been an easy win for them, and it wasn't. Both you and me had the Cowboys, so both you and me get no points yet again. I don't understand this. And the Raiders did not really play well. I mean, they played good enough to win, but I don't get it. Next, we have the Bills taking on the Saints in New Orleans. The Bills dominated the Saints. Like, this was a nice return to form for them. They needed it. They really needed this win. So let me see college football's on Saturday. Nobody cares about college football. There's too many games. And Gus Becerra, I lost my fantasy week by 1 point on DK Metcalf's one. Yeah. Wait, did you have DK or the other guy have DK? Because I don't know which one hurts more. Doesn't matter.
I don't know. I didn't watch the game.
There you go.
So
yeah, the Bills, they look to be returning to form. I mean, they're facing the Saints, who are like, again, on their third string quarterback. Impressive win. I'll give it to them. But it was a game that they should have won, and they did. And they look to be going on a downhill trajectory. It looks like they might be turning it around. This week will be the test, and to me, that's the most important game of this week, probably. But we'll get into it when we get into it. Next, we had this. Both you and I had the Bills for this one. You and I get a point. Next, we have the Steelers taking on the Bengals in Cincinnati. The Bengals.
I like that picture.
Of course, I pick the best pictures always. Bengals completely dominated the Steelers.
Yeah.
We've been talking about, I've been talking about this for weeks. The Steelers are not as good as their record, and it looks like they've exposed. They tied against the Lions. They lost against the Chargers. They were dominated by the Bengals. I think they're on the way out, and the Bengals look to be turning it around. They had a good performance last week. After they stumbled a little bit there in the middle. They had a good performance last week against the divisional rival, if I'm not mistaken, it's the Browns. They had a great game this week against a tough defense, which is the Steelers. So this might be a turning point for them. They might actually be legit contenders now again for the AFC North. It's between them and the Ravens. I don't think anybody else matters at this point. Next, you had the Steelers on this one. Ha! And I had the Bengals. Sucker.
I don't care. I'm beating you where it matters, where there's money.
Shut the fuck up. Next, we have the Panthers taking on the Dolphins in Miami. Tua Tagovailoa looks to be on a winning streak. I hope that's how you say his name. Tagovailoa, whatever. Dolphins dominated the Panthers 33-10. McCaffrey might be out for the season. I think he's probably out for the season. He might be done his career. I don't know. It sucks because there's so much talent there, but it's
glass cannon.
It doesn't matter if you can't be on the field. So Dolphins win this one. They've been on a streak, man. They've been on a streak, and they've beaten like some legit teams. So
they've beaten some mid-tier teams
and a legit team. I'm pretty sure that the Dolphins recently beat somebody that you were like, what the hell? Wait, was it did they beat the Bills? No, they didn't beat the Bills. They played them close, but divisional rivals. Who cares? All right, so they beat the Jets, which is not impressive. They beat the Ravens. They beat the Ravens, and the Ravens are a legit team. So,
yeah, I guess.
So they might be turning it around. It's always one game doesn't.
They got a strong defense.
Doesn't confirm anything, but yeah, the big news from that particular game is that McCaffrey is out. Eric had the Dolphins on this game, and I had the Dolphins on this game as well. So we both get a point here. Next, we have the Eagles taking on the Giants, the New York Football Giants. I'm sorry. And here, shocker, we both had the Eagles, I think, and the Giants come out with a win. How? I don't know. Like, honestly, it was honestly not even a good game. It was just
You watched it? I didn't watch it.
I saw the highlights.
Eagles versus the Giants.
I saw the highlights. You know what? It was super quick because it wasn't really.
It was a GIF.
Yeah. So Barkley's back. He didn't do that many things because they don't use him as much yet. I think they're slowly easing him into it. This division is wide open. Honestly, the Cowboys have a nice lead, but they haven't been playing consistent football. So the Giants, I don't think they could make a run for it. The Eagles had a chance, but the Washington football team are legitimate contenders here.
I would say anybody in that division can still make a run for it, given that the Cowboys lose games they shouldn't lose.
Honestly, it's on the Cowboys' hands right now, and it's not looking very secure, per se. We both had the Eagles. All right. Next, we had the Patriots taking on the Tennessee Titans in Foxborough. The Patriots dominated the Titans completely, beginning to end. That defense is scary. That defense might be the best unit in the AFC, if not in the whole NFL. I still think that there's another unit that's better, but that defense is fantastic. The defense and special teams for the Patriots are making points in fantasy, and Eric is reaping all those fucking rewards. And the offense is playing good too. So
Mac Jones is killing it.
Yeah. So I
also got Kendrick Bourne.
At this point, I think the path to the Super Bowl is going to go through Foxborough. We still haven't seen
which we're used to saying.
Yes,
it's just weird. We got used to not saying it for a few years, and then
listen. We still need to see this kid see how he does in the playoffs because it's a completely different ball game.
It could be a Lamar situation.
It could be, but so far the rest of the team, to me, that's a big deal. And to me, this is the clear sign that the winner or the contender right now for head coach of the year is Bill Belichick, because he had one rebuilding season and he came back with a fucking vengeance. Honestly, I don't think there was a debate of who the best head coach in football was. But if there was one, it's over. In fact, I think if he wins the Super Bowl, it's definitely over. There's still a conversation right now. I don't think it's a particularly strong conversation.
He can't literally go out on the field and play.
I know. That's the problem, I guess.
It's going to depend on whether
But what the Patriots doing right now, are like they're on a 6-game win streak. It's special. It's fun to watch. It's dominant wins, and they've done it back to back to back. So honestly, the Titans are a good team. They have a good defense, and still they got whooped. So we'll see how that continues to go. Eric, you and I both have the Patriots, so we both get a point. Next, we have the Falcons taking on the Jaguars in Jacksonville, and the Falcons finally get a win. Whatever game, nothing special happened. Nobody really cares. No, I just saw highlights really quickly because I was just crossing the border, and I was stuck for 2.5 hours, and so I watched a lot of highlights. Nothing special to say here. Honest, at least I don't consider it. Falcons win. Who cares? Jaguars lose. Who cares? Moving on. You had the Jaguars. I had the Falcons. So who gets the point? This guy.
Yeah, I think you get most of the points this week.
Next, we have the Buccaneers taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
That was a good football game.
Fantastic game. What the fuck happened to Carson Wentz at the end? The fourth quarter.
You know what happened? He got Brady'd.
You know, it's interesting. I was talking with a friend of mine. He's like, no, dude, Carson Wentz just like, I think he ran out of steam and he couldn't do it. I'm like, dude, no. The defense got in his head. Brady got in his head. Like it's not just that one dude fucked up the entire thing. It's that the other team did their job. They harassed him. At the end, he was struggling. He couldn't do it. He had all those turnovers. It's the defense doing a good job. And here's what the scariest unit in the NFC could be the Buccaneers defense, because their secondary is injured to shit. But everybody's coming back. So right now, their backups, they're getting a lot of reps, and they're playing good enough football to win against a tough Colts team. They kept their running game to a minimal. Like, you remember last week when I was saying the best running back in football is Taylor from the Colts? Well, freaking Fournette took that really personally and just scored, what was it, like three touchdowns? Four touchdowns total. Which
bothered me. Couldn't they give one to Gronk?
No, come on, man. No, not when you're facing the best running back in the league.
Gronk still got 12 points.
You got to show it. I got Tom Brady as my quarterback. He got me like 10 points, but in a 38-point game. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, impressive performance by the Buccaneers because they're not 100% healthy. Once they're 100% healthy, that team is scary. Like, that defense carried them to the Super Bowl and won them a Super Bowl. So we'll see how that continues to develop. But so far, you had the Colts, and I had the Buccaneers. So yet another point to this guy. Now we got to move a little bit more quickly because I just realized the timer. Next, we have the Jets beating Jets taking on the Texans and beating the Texans, which was a surprise because the Jets went back to their original quarterback.
Zach Wilson came back from injury. Nobody cares about this game. The Jets won.
All right, and we and I both have the Texans, so nobody gets a point. Next.
Chargers suck. Next question.
Oh, Chargers are infuriating. You could take an entire episode just ripping the Chargers to shreds.
Did they ever stop a 3rd and long? Did they ever stop one?
I don't know. Look, dude, the Broncos did not have a single first down for 2 quarters. That's half the game. And they still lost. And not just lost close. They got dominated. They got whooped. They got embarrassed. So this is the second.
You can see I'm not wearing my Chargers cap this week.
This is the second time we've seen the Broncos actually embarrass somebody. The last time was a few weeks ago against the Cowboys. So are the Broncos legit or are the Chargers and the Cowboys terrible? Who knows? Next,
I think the Chargers just suck.
Neither of us.
Also, Drew Lock came back.
Yeah, neither of us have a point this week. Next, we have the Vikings taking on the 49ers, and the 49ers are getting it rolling, man.
49ers are becoming a very interesting football team.
Yes, they're
getting hot right at the right time.
Exactly. They've figured out kind of their issues with the running game, and again, getting Kittle involved finally.
Only thing, aren't they in the same division as the Rams and the Cardinals?
Yes, that might be the roughest division in football.
Yeah, I don't know if they can even
listen.
Make it
if they stay hot and they can keep going, they might be able to.
They might overtake the Rams actually, because
the Rams are downhill. They're going downhill. They beat the Vikings, who Vikings just had a massive victory against maybe the best team in the NFC, which is the Green Bay Packers. But it's a divisional game, so it's always tricky. And the Vikings are always a tricky team. They're very, I don't know what's it called, bipolar. But they play you close. They always play you close. They're not closer.
No matter how good the opposition is, they usually play you close.
Yeah. Eric had the Vikings on this one, and I had the San Francisco 49ers. So I'm whooping you, boy. Next.
That's fine. If I'm going to lose any leagues, I'd rather be this one.
We have the Green Bay Packers whooping the Los Angeles Rams. This game, the score is kind of close. It's 28-36. I didn't feel like the game was close.
No, that doesn't tell the story.
No.
It's one of those garbage time games where they started just giving them
whatever. Just do whatever. I mean, I'm telling you, man, Green Bay is probably the best team in the NFC right now. They need Aaron Jones.
I want freaking Roger Goodell to have to hand a Lombardi to Aaron Rodgers.
Listen, to me right now, the best teams in the NFC, it's easy. In fact, the best teams in the league are pretty easy. The top four. You got the Patriots, you got the Cardinals, you got the Packers, and you got the Buccaneers. If the Buccaneers defense gets healthy, I think they can beat the Packers. If the Packers get their shit together on defense, maybe something's different. But I think that the Patriots are right now, they're cruising to the AFC Championship. I think maybe they can be taken down by the Ravens because for some reason John Harbaugh can beat the Patriots in Foxborough. It's kind of his thing. But the Cardinals are also a big X factor, and the big X factor is whether Kyler Murray will stay healthy the rest of the season because he's been banged up. So
is Kyler coming back this week? I think, right?
I think so.
He had a bye.
Yeah, and the Packers, they get a bye this week, which they really needed it. And ultimate Super Bowl storyline: Brady versus Belichick. Brady checks off the only thing left in his football bucket list, and he retires.
The only way that would have been a better story is if they had lost against the Patriots earlier in the season.
Yes,
and then they beat him in the Super Bowl. It's like when they beat the Saints in the playoffs after losing twice.
Listen, this is the best storyline, I think.
Is it the Bills one?
No. Bill Belichick.
The Bills one is the funniest.
Bill Belichick and the Patriots win the Super Bowl this year against, I don't know, the Packers or the Cardinals. Doesn't matter. And so next year, it's the Buccaneers versus the Patriots. Both Brady and Belichick winning their own Super Bowls apart from each other. Now coming in, and it's a retirement match. Whoever wins, the other dude retires,
and it's in a steel cage.
That would be fantastic. And you know what? Make it an elimination chamber. Suddenly, Aaron Rodgers comes in for like a drive or something.
No DQ, no flags.
Exactly. It'd be weird.
They should have stipulations in football like that. This is a no flags game.
That'd be fantastic.
You can make run-ins.
Anyway, Packers win this one. You and I believe we both have the Packers because we don't have any faith in the Rams right now. They're the hot chick that's bad in bed. It doesn't make any sense on paper, but, we're Chargers fans, so we know about good teams on paper that lose on the field. So
it didn't even have to do with the Rams. I just think the Packers are too strong.
True. Next, we have a very boring game. The Ravens.
Oh, it was fun
versus
in its own way.
It was fun if you like, watching car crashes and stuff in slow motion. The Browns got beat by the Ravens. Both teams barely could get a score in. They were really trying
to make the other team win.
Yes, but the Ravens. This is the opposite story of the Vikings. The Ravens will play you close, but they usually win. The Vikings will play you close, but they usually lose. They're polar opposites in that sense, and they're close in games. So at the end, they got the W. At the end of the day, all they need to do is get to the dance, and they're getting to the dance. So you and I both had the Ravens. We both get a point there. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Washington football team. And what the hell happened to the Seahawks? What happened to Russell Wilson? DK Metcalf got like one catch in the entire game.
I'll tell you exactly what happened to the Seahawks. They went to the Super Bowl and won it with a Legion of Boom. Then they went back and lost it. And then Russell Wilson got paid. And then they went to shit.
Because they lost the Legion of Boom. Yeah. But still, Russell Wilson was supposed to be a good quarterback. Like, he is a good quarterback, but he came back and...
He is a good quarterback, but he doesn't have the rest of the things that he needs.
Only completing one pass to your best receiver is pathetic for both of them. So, me and Eric both have the Washington football team who are making a run for the NFC East. It's honestly, at this point, I think they will probably overtake the Cowboys because they're playing better football, which is weird to say because the Cowboys have more stars. But all right.
At this point, I hope they kind of do well because I have Heineke as my quarterback in fantasy now.
Yeah. So all right, let's add up points. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eric had 6 points, which brings him up to 23.5.
I hit the 0.5 just because of the tie.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 points, which brings me up to 26. Basically, I got all the ones that we disagreed on, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I want all those. Anyway, so let's move on to next week.
In our other 2 betting leagues, I'm on top.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Anyway, let's move on to this week's Week 13 predictions. And again, let's go through it quickly because I got like 9 minutes. Cowboys taking on the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. Who do you pick?
It's a get-well game for the Cowboys. Yeah, you make Cowboys.
Yeah, I agree. The Cowboys, they need this one, and the Saints, they just don't have it. Now, the Saints are a tough team to beat at home and when they play in the Dome, but they
can be unpredictable. But
again, the Cowboys are a yo-yo team. They win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. So maybe this is the time where they're up. Next, we have the Colts taking on the Texans at home. The Texans, Houston. So I go first. I'm going with the Colts. The Colts played a really good game. They forgot to close it out. It's a divisional game, so it's always tricky. But Houston lost to the Jets.
The Texans sucks. Give me the Colts.
Colts. Easy picks, both sides. Next, we have the Vikings taking on the Lions in Detroit. Eric.
Divisional.
Divisional.
Give me the Vikings.
You got the Vikings. All right. Listen, I'm unhitching my wagon from the Lions. There were a few games that I thought they could win. I thought they could beat the Bears. I thought they could beat the Steelers.
These are not the game. This Vikings, is not the game for me.
No, Vikings is not. It doesn't feel right. The Vikings just lost.
Vikings are hot.
Yeah.
They're in the mix.
They're contenders.
Yeah.
The Lions are not. So next, we have the New York Football Giants taking on the Miami Dolphins in Florida.
Give me the Dolphins.
You got Dolphins? All right.
You picked first on that one?
Yeah. Well, listen, I've been making my argument for the Dolphins for a while now. They seem to be playing good football. The Giants maybe could turn around, but I think it was a fluke. I think it was just because it was a divisional game. Yeah. I agree with you. Dolphins. So I get 2 in a row now, right?
Sure.
Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. I'm going with the Super Bowl champs here. Easy pick because the Falcons, they're unpredictable, but I think that they still have PTSD from the Super Bowl that they lost against Tom Brady, and they should. So I'm going with the Bucs. Easy pick.
Listen, they might be like undefeated at this point. I'm still gonna go against the Falcons.
just out of sheer hate.
They're my Jets.
Yeah. Next, we have the Eagles taking on the New York Jets.
Actually, this is an interesting one.
This is an interesting one. Did the Jets turn around, or would the Eagles fumble? I don't think they're even going back to Philadelphia. I think they're just going to stay in New York, or they should. Well, no, Philadelphia's not that far. Honestly, I would go home because who the fuck? Well, I was about to say who the fuck wants to stay in New York, but then you want to go back to Philadelphia? Both places suck. So, if I have to pick, I'm gonna take a risk here, and I'm gonna go with the Jets. I'm gonna be like, yeah, because
home field.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason.
Coming off a win.
Yeah,
maybe Zach Wilson wants to win his job back.
Exactly.
I'll take the Eagles. I think divisional game last week, and also this is one of those I have to kind of risk it.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, which is not a bad risk. Honestly, I feel like I took the bigger risk with the Jets. It's just it feels like an upset. I don't know why. This season's been packed with upsets, and I feel like this was another one coming.
I'm upset, all right.
Next, we got the Cardinals taking on the Bears in Chicago.
That's disgusting.
Eric?
Yeah, give me the Cards.
Easy, right? Easy. About? Coming back from I don't care if Kyler Murray's not back. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Yeah, it could be Colt McCoy.
Yeah. The rest of the team is playing extremely good football, and the Bears have been playing really bad football.
They've still been winning without Kyler.
Exactly. And so Cardinals overall great unit. So I'm sticking with them.
They're still my dark horse.
Next, we have the Chargers taking on the Bengals in Cincinnati. I go on here first. Fuck.
You go first? Or?
Yeah, I go first.
Are you sure?
Dude, this is a disgusting game.
I picked the Cardinals.
Yeah, I know. That's why I go first. So, Cincinnati Bengals played really good last week. Dominated the Steelers. The Steelers played the Chargers extremely close. In fact, they almost overtook them and won. Just because of that, I'm going process of elimination, and I can't pick fuck them. I can't pick the Chargers because the Bengals are starting to play good, and the Chargers are starting to play bad. So I'm going, and that O-line is disgustingly bad. Like they get more freaking flags than any other unit in football. Maybe, I don't know. At least I think so. It feels that way. Next, Eric.
I mean, I'm gonna go with my heart here.
Chargers?
Yeah, just because I need points.
I get that.
Like, it's an unpredictable team, you know. They might win.
You never know.
I doubt they will.
All right. Next, we have the Jaguars taking on the Los Angeles Rams in Los Angeles. Easy. You go first.
I think they're breaking their losing streak.
You think this is a get right game?
Yeah.
What makes you think that? What makes you think that? Yeah, this is. Honestly, if the Rams don't win this game, they should just, I
like that. That's the old Rams logo.
Yeah, right. I like this logo way better. Next, we have the Washington football team taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
This one's interesting. Both coming off of rather unexpected wins.
Yes, in Las Vegas. I go first. I take the Washington football team because the Raiders just lost who they call their best player. I mean, Waller, supposedly he's injured. I have him in my fantasy. Supposedly he's not going to play this week. Every single game I see the Raiders play, they always say, you need to get the ball to your best player. Waller's your best player. So far, he's not given the points this season, but they say that's their best player, and he's out. So I'm going to the Washington football team, who appears to be getting their shit together. And also, I picked up their tight end, so I hope he does well. Next, Eric?
Give me the
Washington
football team.
Yeah, they're on a roll, man. It's not sexy. They're
not just that. I mean, I have their quarterback and McLaurin, so it's like I don't want to be like rooting.
Yeah. I get that. They're not winning sexy, but they're winning.
Yeah.
Next, we have the Ravens taking on the Steelers. Talk about not winning sexy. Dude, this is in Pittsburgh. You go first and move it up because I'm short on time. I got like 2 minutes here.
Give me the Crows.
Okay. Ravens, I agree. Ravens, Steelers have been exposed. I've been talking shit about them for weeks. I'm going to be consistent on that.
Plus, they've been talking about them completely rebuilding.
49ers taking on the Seahawks. I think the 49ers are on the way up. The Seahawks are playing embarrassingly terrible football. I'm going with the Niners on this one. Eric?
Niners are hot.
All right, 49ers. Go with a hot team. Next, we got the Broncos taking on the Chiefs. Are the Broncos good, or are the Chiefs good? They just had their bye week. Eric, who do you pick?
Home field.
You going with the Chiefs?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that the Chiefs are probably getting their shit together.
Yeah, the Chiefs historically with Andy Reid has a really good winning record coming out of bye weeks. So just because of that, I think it's more that the Chargers sucked and the Broncos being that good. I think the Chiefs are going to dominate this one. And finally, the last and most important game of the week for the AFC East, probably. The Buffalo Bills against the New England Patriots. I think the Bills win this one. They're on top of the division because they have a better divisional record because the Patriots lost in the beginning of the season. Who do you pick?
Patriots are the hottest team.
Patriots?
Yeah, and I think Bill Belichick just simply has his track record against the division is too good.
Yeah, this honestly will be the biggest victory of the season for the Bills if they manage to take it. I don't think they're going to take it. Even at home, I give it to the Patriots. They're just playing too good. The Bills have not been consistent at all, at least, for the past few weeks. It looks like they may have turned it around. It's still too soon to tell. The Patriots have been consistent. They're consistently been the best team since week 6. So I'm giving it to the Patriots, probably the best football team in the AFC right now. Maybe the best team in the NFL. Depending
overall,
on maybe overall. So I'm giving it to them. That's it.
If you've seen like all the fantasy things for each side for the Bills and the Patriots, they recommend no players.
Yeah,
like
honestly,
they recommend don't pick any of the Bills or the Patriots because their defenses are just too strong.
Yeah, that's smart. All right, as always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Super Dario World on YouTube and on Twitch. Streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays usually, except this Friday I'm going to be out of town at 10 a.m. and Monday as well. Any comments, questions, you can also message me on Instagram at DariusDW and at Super Dario World. As always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.